All right, it is 6 o'clock. I'm going to call this meeting to order. And we will begin with an invocation. I'm going to ask Mr. Mike Case to come forward to pray. And then, Mike, if you would, lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance immediately afterward. Everybody please stand.
Let's go to the Lord in prayer. Dear most gracious Heavenly Father, we just thank you for allowing us to know you, as you say in Matthew chapter 6, that you're our Father. What a wonderful opportunity we have to know you as our family doctor. And dear Jesus, thank you for interceding for us at the right hand of the Father. We thank you, dear Father, we continue to pray for our city and our city leadership, dear Father, our mayor and all the councilmen and all those that work here in Niceville. Thank you for a wonderful city that we live in. Dear Father, we ask you to bless everyone here. And for those that have issues like hurting or pain or whatever, Father, we ask for healing and comfort and peace. We especially pray for that for our nations, for our friends in Texas, and the loss of the loved ones that have happened there, dear Father, because of the water. Just ask you to bless them, and thank you for our city and the wonderful things that they do here and the safety that we have here in the city of Niceville. In Jesus' precious name I pray. Amen.
Amen.
Let's go. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I will do a quick roll call. Mr. Stopper? Here. Mr. Rominger? Present. Miss Alley? Mr. Schatzel? And Mr. Tolbert? Here. With that, we need to look at the approval of the agenda and any additions or deletions. Do we have any additions tonight or deletions that we need to be aware of?
Just one addition, Mayor. Council, I would request that we make decisions tonight on the fiscal year 2026 budget workshop schedule. And so I would request that we add that to the agenda, please.
Do I have a motion to approve adding the budget workshop schedule to the agenda?
I'll make the motion to approve the workshop schedule to the agenda.
Do I have a second?
I'll second. Where are we placing it? H.
Let's do that at, let's just call it the H8. How's that?
Second.
Any discussion by the council? Mr. Tolbert, how do you vote?
Yes.
Mr. Schatzel?
Yes.
Miss Alley?
Yes.
Mr. Rominger?
Yes.
And Mr. Stoffer?
Yes.
All right, we've added it to the agenda for tonight. Let's move down to the consent agenda. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
So moved, and do I have a second?
Second.
And second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, like sign. All right, I think we want to do some special recognition tonight, don't we? Oh, we got something going on here. Hold
Who seconded the
I didn't hear
motion?
the second.
on. That was Mr. Rominger. You did the second, right? Yeah. All right, are we good now? Good, all right. We got some special presentations we need to do tonight. So I'm going to take a moment to step down because I want to bring those individuals, or in this case, individual up, and we'll do this presentation. Thank you. You know, as Mr. Mike Case prayed tonight, we have a pretty good city. Are we perfect? No, but I'll tell you what, it's a great place to live, work, and play, and we have some very special people that make it that way. Tonight, I want to recognize a couple that have been long-serving on our Planning Commission. And so Judy Byrne Riley, would you come up here, please? That's you. So Judy has been long-serving on our Planning Commission and has done a tremendous job. And so Judy, we want to recognize that. And so I know you know how to tell time.
but, you know, it's not digital. But we got this really nice little plaque that we're going to present to Judy tonight, and this is what it says. The City of Niceville presents to Judy Byrne Riley in recognition of your timeless service on the Planning Commission to the City of Niceville and its residents. Thank you. And by the way, just so when I say long-serving, from August 2009 to June 2025. Judy? Yeah, it's a little while.
I didn't do the math, I just knew it was there.
Thank you so much for what you've done. And I think there's a few people who want to probably take some pictures, so if you do, now's a good time to get it.
Well, can I just say to all
I'm
of
gonna
those,
let you.
Mayor?
Yeah,
Not
absolutely.
now?
No, just a second, we'll see if anyone takes pictures. So, look here, he's gonna take a picture of us.
He wants this photo.
There you go. All right, Judy's got the floor.
Oh, thank you. No, I just wanted to thank you for appointing me twice, and our past mayor, Mayor Wise, for appointing me many times. And just say what a pleasure it is to work for the city. I think it behooves all of us who are citizens of this wonderful community, and I am a Boggy girl, by the way, born and raised. And if we can, it's really important for the citizens to give back, and this is one of the ways that I've been able to give back to my community. I love the city of Niceville, and I want to see it protected. I always appreciated the citizens that came and sat in these chairs and complained about something or made their emotions pretty clear about what they wanted and what they didn't want, and that's really important. So, thank you.
That's awesome.
Thank you for the time. Well, yes, okay. Good.
So, I've got another one to present. And some of you know Mr. Wade Flood, who has also served on our commission for a while. And Wade Flood is going to step down as well. Wade also served from August of 2020 to March of 2025. And I think Wade actually sent Miss Judy here with some words of wisdom.
Yeah, I texted him yesterday and said, I hope I'm going to see you. Well, he's up in some northern place with his grandchildren who are precious twins, who I think are turning 1. So he sent me this. It was truly an honor to have served, and I pray to have made a positive contribution to the growth and development of our community, so appropriately named Niceville, Florida. I pray God's blessings continue to always be upon us as one welcoming community, open to all. Thank you. Wade D. Floyd, USAF, retired.
That's awesome.
He's awesome.
So again, we've had some great people, and we always look to get great people involved. And so thank you for all that you do, and Judy especially, thank you.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Take care. Hey, Judy, we have a box too that you can put that in transport if you want.
No, I'm going to put right on my desk.
All right.
No box needed. Thank you.
All right, let's move down to public hearings. First reading, so I'll turn it over to Wendy.
EAR-based amendments to the comprehensive plan, ordinance number 25-XX-XX. Request approval to transmit the proposed amendment to the comprehensive plan to the appropriate state and federal agencies for review. An ordinance of the city of Niceville, Florida, providing for substantive amendments to chapter 7 of the comprehensive plan pertaining to future land use, providing for enforcement, severability, conflicts, and codification, and providing for an effective date.
Do I have a motion to approve?
Motion to approve.
Mr. Tolbert, motion, and do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Ms. Allen. Do we have somebody that needs to speak to this? Pardon me? You want to come up and say a few words there, Kristen?
Council, this is your next installment of the EAR-based amendments, so we're almost there. We got, I think, 2 more elements to go, which we'll do at the last meeting together. This is the future land use element, and made some changes here to sort of clean it up a little bit and get it up to date. There's a couple things I'll point out that are policies in this plan, and one small issue with the land use plan that I want to kind of talk about maybe as a future amendment. Multifamily residential, 25 units per acre, I maintained this policy in there that does require for them to provide for recreational opportunities, so that's a current policy that needs implementation in the land development code if it's something that you want to maintain, but that is a current policy in there, and I wanted to bring it to your attention. I installed some impervious ratio maximum intensity standards in some of the lower density categories, as floor area ratio is not entirely appropriate where you have, for parks and rec or open space type areas. So just replace those. We do have to have an intensity and a density by Florida statute for every land use category. So I removed the floor area ratio intensity standard for those conservation categories and what have you, because that just doesn't make sense. Okay, and then future master plan developments. This is currently a land use category in our comprehensive plan, but this change would make any future such master plan development that may come your way, and I mean, this could be the orphan properties or whatever, that may be a vehicle for those if that were to ever materialize, would be an overlay to the future land use element, and would establish that maximum density at 35 units per acre and a maximum ISR of 0.85. So that would be something that they would have to apply for and come through your process, and that overlay would be applied. The reason why I did that is because the current master plan development doesn't have a density or intensity standard, and we're not going to get that through the state. We're going to have the density and intensity standard, and we use what's underlying unless they apply for that overlay and you approve it. Just cleaned up some stuff related to school siting. Public schools are allowed everywhere, and deleted some redundant language related to the military overlay area. It was in 2 places. I think that's about it. Then I wanted to call out specifically. I did include a map in your packet, and if you'll turn there, the only issue that I really saw with the future land use map itself, which is contained in this element, is that we have a zoning district which is allowed in 2 different future land use map categories. And if you look at that back map, I know this is really boring, but important. The R1 category is allowed in the low-density residential flume category and the medium-density future land use map category. And you may ask, well, does that matter? It only does if someone were to come in and want to rezone any of those properties, and they're primarily platted neighborhoods. So if someone wanted to come in and aggregate and rezone, because they're allowed in that higher density flume category, your approval process would be skewed towards allowing. Because of the nature of it would be basically consistent with the comp plan to go to that higher density, or to do multifamily, or to do townhomes in those neighborhoods. And so we're not making this change now, but I want to get it sort of out there as a point of education, that this is something we may want to address in the future when we look at cleaning up these maps a little bit, especially in these already platted subdivisions. You may just want that to be in the low density category to protect those neighborhood areas from potential rezoning. So some of the other areas, we may not want to do that, but I just want to kind of get that out there and start the sort of education process on why we might look at changing that. Does anybody have any questions about that?
Council, any questions for Kristen? Would anybody in the audience like to come forward, the council on this issue? Please come forward, state your name and address for the record.
Good afternoon, sir. My name is Steve Brannon.
Could you move the mic up?
Yes, sir. My name is Steve Brannon. I live at 120 Duke Drive here in Niceville. And I came forward here because I think one of the changes that's going to go forward for, is going to affect a piece of property which I have here now. I have a house over on 607 McKinney. And currently, there are no plans that come before the building department, but there are plans in work to build a garage or storage building by the First Baptist Church of Niceville on a lot that's directly behind me. Now, the building that's being planned is going to be about 1,000 square feet, and it's going to be 40 feet in width. The lot that's going to back up to my lot is only 41 feet. So this building is going to basically block my entire backyard. The problem that I have here is, currently as the code's written, you can't put a garage or an accessory building on a property that doesn't have a primary building. But there's some changes that's going forward here that says that following uses are allowed: accessory uses customarily incidental to the primary permitted use. Well, churches are permitted on that lot. There's also an elimination of having the 2-acre minimum requirement to have a church on a property. It just now says a church that is on a property greater than 2 acres that ever will be zoned for PCI. So again, there's no primary structure on the building, on the lot. A garage, the way the code is written, is an accessory building. But this appears to say that accessory use is customarily incidental to the primary permitted use, and it says the following uses are allowed. And as the code is written right now, it says permits for accessory structures shall not be issued until a permit has been issued for the principal structure. So my concern again is this creates a loophole that allows a building to go on the lot without a principal structure. That's my concern. Thank you very much. This right here. This will allow accessory customers right here. Also,
Did we get that resolved? Well, between the two of you.
Council, for clarification, the section he's referring to, there was no change being made to that section.
Okay. All right, thank you.
Thank you. As I read the minutes, I read the proposals, I thought these were changes that were going forward that would basically eliminate that requirement.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Would anybody else like to come before the council on this issue? All right. With that said, Mr. Tolbert, how do you vote?
Yes.
Mr. Schatzel?
Yes.
Miss Alley?
Yes.
Mr. Rominger?
Yes.
And Mr. Stopper?
Yes.
All right, let's move down to the next item, E2 there.
Good evening, council. So this is, what I'm seeking is a motion requesting your permission to enter into a development agreement with Russell Properties for 2 acres of property in Deer Moss Creek neighborhood in exchange for us constructing a roundabout at the intersection of Forest Drive and Rocky Bayou Drive. This is going to be in exchange for property, and she's on the hook at a future phase, a future time, to build a roundabout per her agreement with Okaloosa County when she gets to a certain occupancy level. As you are aware, the state granted us a defense infrastructure grant this year of $400,000 to design and engineer a new fire station out in Deer Moss Creek. As you also know, we submitted our federal grant request for the construction money for that project. This is the next step. To obtain that property, we did the survey, and we need to get the appraisal done, do this development agreement, and actually purchase that property. And again, we're not exchanging money for that 2-acre parcel in Deer Moss Creek, but it's us constructing the engineering and constructing the roundabout, again, at the intersection of Forest and Rocky Bayou Drive, in lieu of Ruckle Properties having to do that. So my request, council, is just for a motion to enter into a development agreement. Steve and I will work with the property owner and her attorney to work out the details of that development agreement. But in essence, that's what the development agreement will say, is that it's an exchange of 2 acres of property in return for us constructing the roundabout that Ruckle Properties is on the hook for building.
All right, with that said, do I have a motion to approve the developmental agreement between the city of Niceville and Ruckle Properties?
Motion to approve for discussion.
Mr. Tolbert makes the motion. Do I have a second?
Second for discussion.
Mr. Stopper seconds it. All right, council, fire away with your questions.
Appraisal cost,
Please speak in the mic too.
appraisal results versus the cost of construction.
So I anticipate the cost of the property will exceed the cost of the roundabout. So that will be part of the conversation with the property owner on what we do with the excess. And I have an idea going forward on how we can use the excess. But I suspect both will be in the $1 million range-ish, maybe.
Okay, and then the second is, we have approval, it's county, we've always said this is a county problem at the corner of that intersection. When people have brought it to us in the past, it's a county problem. It's now a city problem?
It is not a city problem right now, sir, no. But we
When
would,
does it become one? As soon as we execute this, or when she reaches?
well, that's another part of the, this development agreement is we have to, I've already been in conversations with the county about this project, and they are amenable to working with us to get this project completed. And so, because again, this is a requirement that the county imposed upon Ruckle Property as part of the Deer Moss Creek neighborhood. And so they are willing to work with us in lieu of Ruckle Properties on this project.
And does the county-owned property have enough room for this roundabout without having to get any additional property?
The county, sir, no. But this roundabout is designed to go into property owned by Ruckle Property, that airstrip that's right there. It'll be, the circle will move north and east a little bit of Forest Road. I'm sorry, Ruckle Properties, and east of Forest.
And for all council members, please pull your mic in close so that they're recording this, so that they have an accurate recording.
It would be north and west if it goes into the airstrip, correct?
North and east.
North and east would put it into Runway Park.
Correct. What did I say?
You said airstrip.
That is the airstrip, ma'am.
That'd be south and east.
Right. It's not going into the park, it's going into the airport property.
Forest much more south.
That's north and east of the intersection. The airport is north and east of the intersection.
Just
Okay.
put that point there and just say, okay, going that
I
way.
have another question.
Go ahead, and make sure you pull that mic up closer, please. It will move, trust me. Thank you.
Even though when you say we're not paying for the land, we are paying for it in the cost of the having to put the bill on the roundabout.
Yes, ma'am, that's correct.
And You're thinking that's around $1 million.
roughly. It would be designed, it would be constructed in-house. It'd be approximately $1 million more, I'm estimating.
And
Go ahead.
the
Use your
way,
mic.
yeah, am I working? There we are. And the way that managers couch the motion is that it's really just authorization to negotiate an agreement, a 163 agreement, which is a very specific statutory animal that will have to be approved at 2 public hearings. The specific agreement will have to be approved at 2 public hearings by the council once the final agreement is negotiated. So tonight is not the approval of the draft that's in your book. It's just an authorization to enter into an agreement in this general form.
Again, I was going to remind everybody that's exactly what we're talking about here, is allowing him to enter into a developmental agreement. I will say one additional item that as you are, if this council gives you that right to do so, you probably need to make sure that, and you may have already had talks with engineering firms, but who else is impacted besides Ruckel? Could it be FPL? Could it be Okaloosa Gas? Do they have stuff over in that area as well that, you know, could cause a problem?
Yes, sir.
Yes, you may, as long as you use that mic.
But this does say to enter into a binding development agreement with Ruckel Properties. But you're saying that this is only for us to give him authorization to negotiate with him?
Yeah, the 163 agreement requires 2 public hearings before the city council to be approved. So I'm not sure exactly, was that your intention that we?
Ma'am, the only thing I'm asking for right now is the approval, the authorization, as Steve said, to have the negotiations and then enter into a developmental agreement.
And this 163 form, Councilman, will also allow, it's an interlocal, intergovernmental agreement statute, so it would also allow the addition of Okaloosa County, any other parties that are necessary in order to achieve the goal here can be brought in. And it's public-private partnership is another way they characterize these agreements.
Yes, go ahead, Mr. Schatzel.
Okay, I think our city attorney just clarified the question that I had is right now we're just talking about a city manager and Ruckel Properties, but the way you described it, and this is partly county affected.
Yes, sir, both of those roads are county roads.
So you're tying them all together with this agreement.
Again, the form that we're going to use will allow for that.
Thank you.
Are there any other questions? Would anybody in the audience like to come before the council on this issue? Seeing none. Mr. Stoffer, how do you vote?
Yes.
Mr. Rominger?
Yes.
Miss Alley?
Yes.
Mr. Schatzel?
Yes.
And Mr. Tolbert?
Yes.
Let's move down to E3.
Fee schedule ordinance 250801, an ordinance of the city of Niceville, Florida, providing for an update to the comprehensive fee schedule, providing for certain future fee schedule updates by resolution, providing for authority, providing for severability, providing for scrivener's errors, providing for liberal interpretation, providing for repeal of conflicting codes and ordinances, and providing for an effective date.
Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
So moved by Mr. Stoffer. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
And Mr. Schatzel seconds. Do we have any discussion that you're going to bring up on this one?
So council, our comprehensive fee schedule has not been updated in many years. And so this is my proposal to you for proposed fees for our various departments throughout the city. I will note, I'll go through them as a group. The city clerk, these fees are in line with Florida Statute 119.07. The GIS fees are in line with other municipalities and basically just cover the cost of materials. I'll skip the community development here for a minute. The fire department fees are in line with Okaloosa County. Inspection fees are needed because when our fire inspectors go out to do their fire inspections at businesses, they frequently have to go back 2, 3, 4, 5 times, which costs a lot of time, costs us a lot of money. And so we've added those to the fire department inspection fees. The library's fees are consistent with the Okaloosa Cooperative, of which NASBO's a part of. So those fees that you're seeing for the library are the same for all libraries in Okaloosa County that were in the cooperative. The recreation fees, the only changes to the recreation fees are for the field rentals and the lights. I think it went from $50 to $100 for the field rentals, and then $20 to $25 for the lights. The community center, you will see slight increases throughout. There's a couple of fees that we don't currently charge because we don't currently have it. So we are in the fiscal year 26 budget that you will see, part of that budget includes buying a stage, and so we've added that. The other thing for your consideration, of where we have not done this historically, is allowed the consumption of alcohol within the community center for weddings and those type of events, wedding receptions, I'm sorry. And so that is included in there. You will see that now. If the council has no desire to allow alcohol consumption in the community center, that's a different conversation we'll probably need to have. But we do allow it in the senior center, but we don't in the community center. So for consistency purposes, I'm recommending we change. That's an internal policy, but you will note in the fee schedule that there are fees associated with alcohol consumption in the community center. The senior center and the children's park, there are no changes to the proposed fees. Now, backtracking to the community development section, which is our building office. Currently and historically, our building office has not covered the costs. And so with the proposed fees there you are seeing are in order to get a handle on that, to make sure that all the charges or all the expenses we're incurring as a result of permits and everything else for development are covering our costs. Because again, we are not covering our costs.
Are there any questions by the council?
Just a Scrivener's error on city clerk administrative is spelled wrong on this page here. It's been fixed, okay. I hated to bring it up, but.
I caught it after I turned it, I just didn't want to wait
Okay.
for me to return it.
All right.
Thank you.
Are there any other questions by council? Would anybody in the audience want to come? Oh, I'm sorry.
It didn't look this way.
Well, usually you tap me or something. Okay, go ahead. What's your question, Ms. Alley?
So if we approve this and we will approve allowance of alcohol in the community center for functions?
No, ma'am, I'm just asking you to approve the fee schedule.
Okay. All right.
I think you said that that would be.
That's a different conversation.
Right, it's a different conversation. It would be policy.
Yes, yes.
I think we should have it so we can rent out and make more money in the community center.
That's a discussion we can have later.
I know.
All right. Would anybody else like to come before the council on this issue? Seeing none, Mr. Tolbert, how do you vote?
Yes.
Mr. Schatzel?
Yes.
Ms. Alley?
Yes.
Mr. Rominger?
Yes.
And Mr. Stopper?
Yes.
Okay. Let's move down to, on our public hearings, to the second and final reading section, starting with F1.
F1 is the First Baptist Church of Niceville rezoning ordinance number 250701. Request to amend the official zoning map from single for multifamily residential R2 zoning district to public civic institutional PCI zoning district, and to change the future land use map from medium density residential MDR category to public civic institutional PCI category. The subject property is located on South Parton Drive and can be identified by parcel ID number 07-1S-22-0000-0063-0000.
Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
So moved by Mr. Stopper. Do I have a second?
Second, forward.
And you got the second from Mr. Tolbert. Do we have anybody that wants to come before the council and speak on this issue? All right. Council. Council, do you have any specific questions? All right, Mr. Tolbert, how do you vote?
Yes.
Mr. Schatzel?
Yes.
Miss Alley?
Yes.
Mr. Rominger?
Yes.
And Mr. Stopper?
Yes.
Let's move down to F2.
Elm Street rezoning ordinance number 250702, request to amend the official zoning map from single or multifamily residential R2 zoning district to limited commercial C1 zoning district. This property is currently designated mixed use on the future land use map. The subject property is located at 712 Elm Street and can be identified by parcel ID number 06-1S-22-2100-0012-0140.
Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
By Mr. Schatzel, and do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Rominger. Anybody in the audience want to come forward to council on this issue? Council, do you have any specific questions? Miss Alley, go ahead.
Did we have any neighbors that oppose this? Kristen?
No, haven't heard from anybody.
Okay.
So the Assistant City Manager, Kristen Shell, said that we had nobody oppose it, for the record, so in case she didn't get up there to the mic. All right, any other questions by council? All right, Mr. Stoffer, how do you vote?
Yes.
Mr. Ollinger,
Yes.
Miss Alley,
Yes.
Mr. Schatzel,
Yes.
and Mr. Tolbert.
Yes.
I think we're ready to move down to the reports section. So city manager report, you first up there, buddy.
Yes, sir. All right, first, I want to thank the city team for putting on a phenomenal 4th of July fireworks show last Friday. It was absolutely fantastic, so thanks to the city team. I'd also like to thank those in the community who donated, who hosted fundraisers. Tim McCool specifically in Third Planet was always a big partner in that event. So, sir, thank you very much for your constant support. I appreciate you. A couple big events this week for our dear Chief Mayville. Number one, we have a city luncheon on July 10th, so on Thursday from 11 to 1 for the city folks. But for the community, on Friday, July 11th at 11 a.m., you have the opportunity to come to the fire department for a change of command ceremony between Chief Mayville and our new fire chief, who I will introduce to you shortly, Chief Kakulis. And so we're going to do that on July 11th at 11 a.m. So I encourage everybody, if you're available, please come over to the fire station for a change of command ceremony. Okay, the community might have heard that there was a sewer leak the day before 4th of July. That was not a Niceville sewer leak. It was a Valpese sewer leak on the sewer main. However, the Niceville Public Works team again went and fixed it. But despite what you hear on social media, that was not a Niceville sewer main break. I directed that night. I was out there on scene with the Public Works team, and at the time, because of the volume of sewage that was spilling into a storm drain, I directed my police department and my Public Works director to post public notifications for your safety. I do not know whether or not sewage got out into Turkey Creek and into the bayou, but out of an abundance of caution, because the next day was the 4th of July. I knew there would be people swimming in both. And so I did not want someone coming to me on the 5th of July with a tail and complaining that I didn't tell them that the water was polluted. So anyway, the Public Works, as they always do, saved the day. And so, gentlemen, thank you. I got a couple of congratulations first. I want to congratulate our amazing Niceville teachers. Our community is great for a lot of various reasons, and our teachers are a big part of that. I'm sure a lot of you have recently seen that all of our Niceville schools got an A rating for 3 years in a row at Blue Water, Edge, Blue, Ruckle, and Niceville High School. absolutely fantastic. So congratulations to all the teachers, and thank you for all your hard work, your dedication, for just pouring into our kids and really making this community a great place to live, work, and play, right, Mayor?
Absolutely.
I also want to thank Senator Trumbull and Rhett Maney and the rest of our state delegation. They had a very, very difficult legislative session this year. It went twice as long as it normally does. It was bruising, but they fought very, very hard for us, and as a result, both of our appropriations that we requested were funded in full. They got us $350,000 for the engineering of Crossings Boulevard, and then $2 million for a new water well. Without those gentlemen in our entire delegation working hard for us in Tallahassee, that money would not be coming to Niceville. So that $2.35 million that our congressional delegation got for us would have come out of our pockets, and local taxpayers would have paid for it. But because of the hard work of our representatives, that's not going to happen. So again, to Senator Trumbull, to Rhett Maney, and the rest of our congressional delegation, thank you. Let's see. In the back here. So tomorrow is Niceville's 87th year since the Niceville 333 voted to incorporate the city of Niceville. Now, back in the back corner, there's an old sign from the 50th anniversary. You can see the names, the Ruckles, the Nathys, all sorts of people who were part of the 333 that incorporated Niceville back in the day. So tomorrow is again, it's Niceville's 87th birthday since we incorporated. So if you want a poster, they're on the table in the back. Two more things. Number one, this is Kristen's last city council meeting as a full-time member of this team. So yeah, Boo was right. But it's a huge win for Okaloosa County. I know we're still gonna have a champion here. She's not going far because she lives in the community. And I do plan to continue to employ her in other ways. But Kristen, thank you, thank you, thank you. You have just been a blessing to this community for the last year. It's been a huge, huge blessing to me. I've learned so much from you, I just can't even begin to describe. And you've just taken the city so far in 1 year. And I'm sorry to see you go. I'm selfishly sorry to see you go. But I'm excited for you, and I'm excited what you got in store for us in Okaloosa County in the future. So thank you.
I just want to say that it has been a real pleasure working with you, and as our city manager said, seeing the changes that needed to be made, that you got them done, and we look forward to tapping your expertise on a few other things. But the real bottom line is that you are a person who cares about your city and your people who work in this city, and that says volumes about what you do and how you do it. Thank you. I think you have something else, right?
I do. I got one more, and then we're going to move on. Kristen's my first shiny penny. Ernie Howe is my second. So again, I was out on scene last Thursday night, and watching Ernie just run the show out there, it's a sight to be seen. Ernie's been around a long time. I think he installed the water and sewer lines to the pyramids. I'm not sure, that's just what I heard. But this man will outwork people a third his age. He's an absolute machine. He's hardworking, he's passionate, he loves this community, he loves the people in this community. And I tell you, council, when he retires, I'm leaving too. Because I don't want to live in a world that doesn't have Ernie Howe in it. So, sir, you're an inspiration. I love you. I'm so blessed that I get to be on a team with you. I mean, it just, it wouldn't work without you. And fortunately, not only is he a great leader, a great worker, he's a great mentor. He's got two great guys on either side of him and one behind him. He's just surrounded by really great guys. But he is an absolute machine. that just, man, I can't keep up with them, and I'm quite a few days younger than him. So Ernie, thank you.
Well done, Ernie, well done.
All right. Chief Hayes.
Manager, Mr. Mayor, Council, brought my hat for a special occasion, put it on. He called me Walker, Texas Ranger. About 6-7 months ago, I kind of determined we needed a honor guard unit for the city of Niceville Police Department. There is and was not one. It's an important unit for many reasons. It gives your department its own identity, pride among the officers, building morale. They perform many functions. A lot of you that have been in the military know what the Honor Guard's all about. They do special events, Memorial Day, etc., funeral duties, unfortunately sometimes, flag raisings, a lot of community events. And we've been actively involved with Fort Walton Beach's unit for about 4 months. But we're trying to get our own going, and we've been waiting that long to get our uniforms in. So, in the meantime, the officers have been going to trainings, pretty rigorous school they had to attend and pass. A lot of marching, a lot of drill. They continue to train to be good. So I brought with me 2 representatives of the unit in their new uniforms. I'd like to show them off a little bit. If I can ask Sergeant Pond, Corporal Naples, to come up. I can tell you, I've been around the area a long time, actually, just been around a long time. And these are the sharpest uniforms you're going to see. We've got some sharp people wearing them. The unit is going to grow, and we're only going to allow the top officers to be among the unit. And turn around and show them off a little bit.
Those are sharp-looking uniforms. Wow.
The only inspiration I had was they took my boots. Yeah, they got me. No, they've worked very hard for this, and like I said, we work currently with Fort Walton, we still do, and will continue, but ultimately we want our own standalone unit, and we'll be helping out the changing of the fire chief on Friday. Introduce you, Corporal Naples, Sergeant Pond, thank you very much. Statistics for June 2025. During the month of June, Niceville Police Department responded to 2,069 calls for police assistance. Breakdown is 37 crash reports, 69 vehicles, 1 pedestrian. Officers issued 206 traffic citations with an additional 258 traffic warnings. There were a total of 15 misdemeanor arrests, 6 felony arrests made. Per your request, Councilman Stofford, somewhere around here. We had a total of 16 rotational tows, 7 by AA, 8 by roadside, and 1 by tow lodge. Some of the other things that happened that month, we had community policing events. Some of you may have noticed that we have a van that we wrapped. It was the old white van out there. We had that wrapped as a community policing van, as a representative for the different various events we go to. That was done with cooperation of the community and some very generous donators. And that includes the coffee shop, Freedom Compass Incorporated, Life Recovery Services, Freedom House, Red 7 Tees, Custom Shirts in Crestview, Life Back, Roadside Assistance and Towing, MRE Motorcycle Riding Events of America, Fast Signs, and Palmer Photography and Design. Very appreciative, and we'll have an unveiling with them. The next event they're going to be doing is for the school supplies event to try to gather school supplies before school starts. There'll be a Walmart in the van, and we'll try to fill that van up. And I'll have more information on that. We attended a substantial active shooter training. It included officers dispatch. We had community events with Okaloosa Sheriff's Youth Services, and worked with various churches in the area, collecting school supplies, and then a summer event. Donations can be dropped off at the police department. I have a flyer somewhere. We have an upcoming self-defense class. It's called Empower Her, one word, July 12th. We'll be partnering with C.D. Williamson's Karate, who will host it. I also have flyers on that. That's all I have right now.
Council, any questions for the chief? Go ahead, Mr. Schatzel.
Chief, your honor guard does look sharp, and thank you for bringing it on. But, did you say how large it's going to grow, or is it going to stay at 2 members?
No, it's gonna, my ultimate goal is 5. Right now it's 2. The next budget, we'll be able to continue to purchase the supplies we need, and we'll grow that to 4. This is the initial starting of the unit. They just received their uniforms about 2 hours ago. Well, they finished hemming and getting them all ready about 2 hours ago. So I was gonna do this next month, but I went ahead and moved it up to this month, so.
Thank you.
Any other questions by council? Mr.
Well,
Stoffer?
they do look great. I was on the honor guard at Eglin back in 78 to 81, and it's an amazing thing to do for the community, for the, you know, whether it's a funeral or whatever, but even the retirement's going to be great. I have another issue. Are you, the electric bikes, scooters, motor-driven juvenile vehicles, you know, by juveniles, are you getting many complaints or anything?
No, very few.
Okay, I've got them. They're on my street a lot, so I see a lot of it. I did see some stuff online too, so I mentioned it to the city manager. I may just try to run things by him. I'm concerned that they don't stop at stop signs. They are on the wrong side of the road. No helmets, 6, 7, 8 of them together. It just seems like it's going to be I think it's something we're going to have to pay attention to sooner or later.
Yeah, currently they're governed by state laws, and they're still considered a bicycle, even though some of them will go 30 miles an hour. But yeah, that probably will be something we may be able to address in the future on an ordinance variance or something like that.
Okay. Yeah, I wanted to start the conversation because it's a real problem. I mean, I backed out of my driveway and I didn't even see the kid coming.
Yeah.
He stopped, fortunately, and then I look and I see him. I'm like, man, it's just waiting to happen. And then there's about 6 or 7 of them together that go down Val P. Of course, we don't have any sidewalks down on the one part yet, so they're on the road.
Right.
And then when they come down to the stop sign on Linden, they just, you know, they're just going, and they look both ways and just keep going.
Right.
You can make a bad decision, and that's all it's going to take.
Yeah, and currently they have to abide by the bicycle laws. They have to stop at stop signs, and if there's violations that we see them, we can address them.
Okay.
And I'm currently working on a grant to try to get some electric bikes for the police department. So maybe we'll chase them down on our.
I was thinking you were going to just start going out with them. I mean, it's community relations.
Well, we probably will be doing community bike rides in the future,
Right.
but.
Well, that'll be good.
Mr. Stoffer, you mentioned that they were running stop signs, you know,
Oh,
and you
yeah.
specifically mentioned that, you know, the electric vehicles and scooters and what else. I hear a lot from people, it's also cars that do the same thing, they run stop signs. So I just want to let you know, they're not the only ones.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, you said something too about your honor guard, what, 78?
78 to 81.
That means you're old, man.
I'll tell you this, I enjoyed it, and I'm really looking forward. I talked to Fort Walton Beach. They came to me and asked if they could use our facilities as a practice area for the
Right.
church, and we never did. I think he traveled or he didn't have time to do it, but he mentioned getting Niceville and doing the combined, and now I'd love to see you guys split it off too.
We've done it for about 6 months, they've just worn regular uniforms. We didn't have the fancy ones. But yeah, we'll do both. We help them out, they help us. It's just combined mutual aid,
Yeah,
county experience.
love it.
We're definitely outshining them on uniforms.
For sure.
No doubt. Good job.
Right?
Anybody else? Thanks, Chief.
Yes, sir, thank you.
All right, for the last time, Chief Mayville.
Good evening, council, mayor, bring you up to date with the activities of the fire department for the month of June. 177 calls, 2 of those were overdose poisons and repeat customers. We had 28 fire inspections and 5 failures, and revisiting those during the week. So, or minor violations, light bulbs and things like that. So, with our inspections and all that's going on, keeping up to date on everything. So the businesses are really doing their part. So just minor. We had walkthroughs on Adult Care Center, plans review on the Wawa, future store, inspection fees. You guys should mention those. First due, implications, meetings, and figurations. We had individuals attend the Yucca Youth Day, Youth Week, Malt Festival site, hosted by the Sheriff's Department. Numerous activities in all the schools, it never stops. So, and then we had crew members that are still pursuing their education. And you did say that, right? This is going to be my last council briefing in this uniform. Doesn't mean I'm not going to be here. But I think Mr. Dykes wants to introduce
When you're done, Chief, take your time.
but I didn't have really no part in that, and I did that on purpose, because if it doesn't work out, it's his fault. No, seriously. I tell everybody I come in contact, you want to know something about an individual? All you gotta do is look at the family life. Look at the guy's family life. Look at the guy, how he presents himself. And saying that, all I gotta say is, wow, I think you did a good job in your selection committee.
Thank you.
And I look forward to the change. He's a younger man than I am. I challenge him for the change. I want the change. I want to see our fire department grow. He will not be Tommy Mayville. He will be Alex. And I'm going to support him from my place in the audience. And I hope that the council and the community does the same. I look forward to all the change that he can bring and all the different things that our community is going to, different directions we're going to go. So, in saying that, thank you, sir, because you're taking on a role a lot of people don't want nothing to do with. He's going to be the one getting all the blame. He's going to be the one that everybody calls up, and then city manager's going to call him in office. So it's a lonely job being at the top. So, and I'm not saying that to discourage you. I just want you to know that you are going to be working with a wonderful council, wonderful community, and it's yours to make, that fire department. So I will pass the torch at the end of the week, and I want to say thank you for my family.
Tommy, I want you to know that your 43 years of serving the city of Niceville has not gone unnoticed. We thank you from the bottom of our hearts for everything that you've done. If I'm not mistaken, I thought I saw some of your family members come in tonight to support you. You want to have them stand up so we can thank them for the time that they had to give to you.
That's my youngest son, Josh. And Josh he's been a firefighter. And not only that, but Joshua That's all he's ever known is the fire service. So all my kids, my oldest is 44. He's a school teacher at Niceville, baseball coach. And my daughter, she's right in the middle of both of them. And they've known the fire service, and that's it. So it'll be a change, but it's going to be nice.
Well, again, your wife and your children made a lot of sacrifices to support you, and I know that you're going to give back as well, and we appreciate that. By the way, if any of you get the Niceville Magazine, this month's article in July featured Tommy and his 43 years of service. Thank you again, Tommy.
Thank you.
So, Mayor, Council, community, I would like to introduce you to Chief Alex Kupoulas.
Thank you. Good evening. There you go. Well, I just want to say thank you. I didn't prepare any remarks tonight. I'm going to reserve most of those for Friday's ceremony. But I just wanted to say thank you to all of you, especially the manager, for placing his trust in me. He's already been keeping me busy, so he's had me a couple staff meetings and budget meetings already. I don't officially start until July 18th, but it's been great just kind of getting to know a lot of the city staff, the firefighters. I've had the opportunity to sit down with quite a few of the crews already, and nothing but great people. So I'm very impressed. I feel blessed to have the opportunity to be here and work with all of you and all of them. Long story short, I grew up in a small town. I worked my way through the fire service when I retired as the deputy chief out in Reno, Nevada. I had a large organization, about 11 stations, and I'm happy and nostalgic to go back to a small town and a small fire department where we all know each other. It is a family, just like Chief Mayville and his son here. My kids grew up on the back of the fire truck as well. So we're all excited, and I look forward to getting to know the rest of the community and hearing what all their needs are, and hopefully carrying the torch forward. Those are big shoes to fill from Chief Mayville, and I won't even try to do that, but we will definitely take it forward and do everything that's community needs going forward. So thank you very much.
Chief Kupoulas, welcome aboard.
Thank you.
Mayor, I am done.
All right. With that, do we have any new business tonight? What's that? No, I didn't forget Jonathan.
Oh, I'm sorry. Skipped right over you. You want me to do this? You sure?
He's still excited.
Good evening, Council, Mayor, Mr. Knight. The only good news about what I'm about to tell you is you don't have to sit here and listen to me for 30 minutes and fall asleep. So. I'm not prepared for a briefing tonight. The past 2 days of public works have just been tragic and devastating. We had a team member, brother, family had a medical emergency 2 a.m. Monday morning. He is currently in the hospital. Out of respect for the family, I won't say his name. I talked to Mr. Deitch all day about this, on and off. So if you need any more of the name or details, or if you want to reach out, Mr. Deitch is available. But he's currently still in the hospital. We visited the hospital this afternoon. Actually, while we were there, the neurologist come in. And our brother, our teammate, now be coming home. It's a tragic situation because you spend most of your life more with your team and your family. And that is family. These guys back here, what they've been through the past 2 days, too, water and sewer crews. It's horrific. So, just going to pass that information along. On behalf of the family, just pray for them.
Jonathan, thank you for sharing with us tonight. We will certainly be lifting the family, and when I refer to family, I'm referring to the family of Public Works as well as the family of the individual. We'll be lifting them in prayer. We thank you for what you've been doing, because as the leader of that Public Works Department, I know you have been there almost continuously supporting that individual's family as well as your Public Works family. And that's a heavy burden on your shoulders, but we knew you could do it, and you are doing it, and we thank you for that. For the city of Niceville, we ask that you continue to pray for that individual as well as the members of the Public Works Department, because this is a very difficult time for them. And again, they do a great job for you on every single day, many of you not even knowing what they've done for you. So, John, thank you. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
All right. Do we have any new business?
Jonathan, I apologize. Mayor, now I'm done.
All right, thank you. I don't see any new business jumping up, so let's move down to City Council, and I'm going to give the council first an opportunity to share with us anything that they want to pass along, and then we will move down to H2. So starting with H1, Mr. Tolbert, do you have anything you want to share with us?
No, sir.
Mr. Schatzel?
Yes, a lot of our public here within the city of Niceville do not realize, as the mayor and as our city manager said, how hard our employees work every day, and sometimes at nights and weekends too. And from what I see from the city manager and the council here, we really, really appreciate everything that you've done. Thank you.
Ms. Alley?
I don't have anything. Thank you.
I'll save mine for last here. Mr. Ominger?
No.
Mr. Stoffer?
I don't really have anything except just my condolences to the family. Just pass that along, I'm sure, from all of us.
So I have a couple items that I'd like to pass along. Some are obviously directed at the citizens, and some are directed at the citizens and the employees of the city of Niceville. First of all, we are once again going to have a Veterans Day parade. It'll be our second annual Veterans Day parade. It will happen on Saturday, the 15th of November. Yes, I know that's a few days after Veterans Day, but you know how things work nowadays when you got all these other cities have been doing it for a long time, and everybody signs up to do those, so we decided that we would slide ours a little bit later. And it'll be a great Veterans Day parade, and I'll encourage you all to come out for that again, 15 November. The other thing that I bring up is this year, the city of Niceville is going to enter into the Dragon Boat races. We have been challenged by other cities saying, where is Niceville? Why aren't you there? Well, guess what? This year we're going to enter the Dragon Boat races. For those who've never seen a Dragon Boat race or even know what a Dragon Boat is, if you think about the Vikings and those boats that they used to row and had that dragon on the front of it, that's exactly what it is. It's a dragon boat race, and we're going to be recruiting lots of people because we're going to need, are you ready for this? 20 rowers, 20. And somebody to pound the drum, and I've already had somebody that sits on my right, your left, who's been beating me up saying that they wanted to pound the drum. So we'll see how it goes, but we're going to need a lot of recruits, and so if you think you have any interest, the Dragon Boat race itself will be held on September the 6th, and there will be some training that will take place, because the last thing we want to have happen is you get out there and not know how to row that daggum boat, okay? So, September the 6th.
Is the EOD school within city limits?
Hey, they live here, right?
We hire.
So those are my two announcements from the floor. And with that said, let me move down to the next item. Oh, the next item is me. As you saw earlier this evening, we had a couple individuals that stepped down. One of them, Judy Byrne Riley, was my appointee to the Planning Commission. And I have contacted and asked another individual to step up into that role. That individual's name is Suraj Patel, and I need to ask the council to approve Suraj's appointment to the Planning Commission. So with that said, do I have a motion to approve Suraj Patel?
So moved.
And do I have a second?
Second.
And a second. Any discussion by the council? Mr. Tolbert, how do you vote?
Yes.
Mr. Schatzel?
Yes.
Ms. Alley?
Yes.
Mr. Rominger?
Yes.
And Mr. Stopper?
Yes.
Thank you very much. All right, I'll turn it back over to you, Wendy, for H3.
Okay, H3, Wansik Hulk Variance Resolution 250701. This is a request for reduced setbacks to the subject parcel. The proposed resolution is located at 526 Wildflower Court and can be identified as parcel ID number 05-1S-22-0000-0120. The proposed resolution site is approximately, give or take, 0.22 acres in size.
Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
So moved by Mr. Stopper. Do I have a second?
Second, Tolbert.
Second to Mr. Tolbert. Do we have anybody out there that wants to talk to this particular issue? If not, I know council, it's in your book. Any discussion by the council? All right, seeing none. Mr. Stopper, how do you vote?
Yes.
Mr. Rominger?
Yes.
Ms. Allen?
Yes.
Mr. Schatzel?
Yes.
And Mr. Tolbert?
Yes.
Let's go to item H4.
Silk lot split, this is a request for a lot split. The property is located at 101 3rd Street and is identified by parcel ID number 06-1S-22-2100-0001-0020. Proposed ordinance site is .19, give or take, acres in size.
Do I have a motion to approve?
Motion to approve, Tolbert.
And do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Stopper. Do we have anybody here that needs to, wants to come forward and discuss this issue? Questions by the council?
So that's splitting the lot, that's a pretty small lot there to split.
If I can speak to that, actually.
Please come forward, state your name and address for the record.
Hello, my name is Todd, my name is Todd Segrist, 230 Deluna Road in Fort Walton Beach. And I'm the real estate agent involved. It's just the property is being sold to a buyer traditionally, but prior to that sale, the neighbor and this parcel would like to exchange this piece that's between them. Essentially, it's owned by 101, but it takes up about a third of the front yard of the neighbor. It's just kind of an odd shaped parcel, so that's just a small little transaction, giving that to the neighbor to make their front yard kind of a normal shape, and it's not used by the 101, the original property. So simple thing.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other questions?
I do, just a second, please. So how many total square feet is this property estimated to be?
The subject property, the original?
Right, no, the split. The neighbor to the-
Yeah, it's just a very small triangle, probably amounts to,
292.
is it 292 square feet? Okay, thank you, yeah, there you go. Thank you.
Any other questions? All right, thank you. Mr. Tolbert?
Yes.
Mr. Schatzel?
Yes.
Ms. Alley?
Yes.
Mr. Rominger?
Yes.
And Mr. Stopper?
Yes.
Let's move down to item H5.
Intergovernmental support agreement with Eglin Air Force Base, resolution 250702. This is a request to negotiate and enter into an intergovernmental support agreement with Eglin Air Force Base for use of the Niceville Community Center for event space as may be needed or required by the Air Force.
Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
And do I have a second?
I'll second.
A second by Mr. Schatzel. Mr. Deitch, were you getting ready to say something?
I can, pending, or we can jump to questions.
I figured I'd let you, and then we'll see if it generates questions.
Okay. So council, the Eglin Air Force Base and I, we've been in discussions about a number of potential intergovernmental support agreements. I met with them 3 or 4 weeks ago to see what their needs are. One of their needs is for community space and meeting space that's close to base that can accommodate a large number of people. They haven't traditionally used our community center, and so this is an opportunity for us to partner both to support the military mission and the families, as well as us to have another avenue for generating revenue in the community center. There are no city fees associated with this. This is just entering an agreement which would allow Eglin Air Force Base, its units, and its personnel to utilize the community center in the same fashion and same manner as everybody else. And so this will be probably the first of hopefully many intergovernmental support agreements that we'll be able to enter into with Eglin to support the many missions.
Thank you. Questions by council?
Why is this necessary? I mean, I don't understand, you can just rent the facilities.
You can, sir. This is just an agreement that they asked. This is one of the things they asked for. You're right. Is it technically necessary? Perhaps not, but this gives them, a contract in place that says they have the opportunity, and we can negotiate the fees at that time in that contract. So
We just approved base hourly fees.
we did.
Would they be the
And
same?
so that's going to be the starting point, sir.
So for point of clarification for this, are we approving the ability to negotiate, or are we approving the agreement?
I don't really, I don't understand the need for it personally, but.
So, this is to the lawyer, I mean,
I think you're on the agreement on this one.
okay,
It's for the agreement, sir.
okay, so we don't know what the negotiated price is yet, but we're agreeing to it.
No, and listen, I'm sorry, I don't envision that Eglin's going to come back and ask for a price less than what we charge in the fees that you just approved. So.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
With this agreement, is it something that we could use later on as an in-kind for our other project?
Yes.
Okay. My vote is yes.
Do we have any other questions by the council? All right. Anybody in the audience want to come forward to council on this issue? Seeing none. Mr. Stoffer, how do you vote?
Yes.
Mr. Rominger?
Yes.
Miss Alley?
Yes.
Mr. Schatzel?
Yes.
And Mr. Tolbert?
Yes.
Let's move down to item H6.
Declaring a non-function dump truck as surplus property, resolution 250703. This is a request to declare a non-functioning dump truck as surplus property and authorizing its disposal through a trade for equivalent value and debris removal services to Kodiak Tree Service.
Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
So moved by Miss Alley. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Second by Mr. Schatzel. Discussion by the council?
Is this due to the value of the surplus property exceeds the city manager's negotiating limits?
No, sir, this is because there's a statutory requirement that the governing body dispose of public property.
So you have to declare it surplus.
Are there any questions? Anybody else wants to come before the council on this issue? Seeing none. Mr. Tolbert, how do you vote?
Yes.
Mr. Schatzel?
Yes.
Miss Alley?
Yes.
Mr. Rominger?
Yes.
And Mr. Stoffer?
Yes.
Let's move down to item H7.
Request to award invitation to bid, ITB 25-03 for Hill Lane Extension Project to the lowest responsive bidder, C.W. Roberts Contracting, Inc., and request to approve and authorize the chair to sign contract number 2503 in the amount of $598,329.65.
Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Miss Alley. Did you need to do any further explaining? I think the thing was pretty straightforward.
No, sir, I didn't intend to.
Questions by the council? Does anybody in the audience want to come before the council on this issue? Seeing none, Mr. Stopper, how do you vote?
Yes.
Mr. Rominger?
Yes.
Ms. Alley?
Yes.
Mr. Schatzel?
Yes.
And Mr. Tolbert?
Yes.
All right, we're gonna move down to item H8, which was the ad. It's the workshop budget schedule. So, Mr. Deitch, you
Yes,
are
sir,
up.
thank you. So, council, I sent you some proposed dates not too long ago. Again, just for the benefit of the community and as a reminder for the council, I am proposing July 29th, we set the millage rate with a July 31st potential backup date. August 19th for our budget workshop for 8 organizations. August 21st for the budget workshop for the general fund, CRA, and surtax. August 26th for the budget workshop for water and sewer, sanitation, and stormwater. August 28th is a backup date in the event something goes sideways. And then ultimately, September 11th will be the first reading of the budget ordinance, and September 25th is the final reading. Those are my proposed dates. If those don't work, I will tell you that we cannot choose July 22nd, July 14th, or July 28th, September 8th, or September 16th, because those are the dates of both the school board and the county's budget workshops.
All right, council, you have heard his proposal. I think it would be appropriate for us to approve that schedule. So with that said, do I have a motion to approve that schedule?
I motion to approve the schedule as set forth by our city manager for the fiscal year 26 budget process.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Ms. Alley. Any further discussion by the council?
We'll have dial-in capability for that.
Yes, sir.
And I just want to say I have 3 conflicts. One alternative, but I did send those out, will be in Ohio and Orlando 2 of the time. So I'll call in if I can, if we're needed.
There you go. Now, the key will be to be here for the votes to approve the budget. That's the real key.
Yeah, we have to have some, 3/4? What do we have to have?
We have to have a minimum of 3.
3. Okay.
And they all better vote in the positive, otherwise it fails. All right, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, like sign. All right, you have your schedule.
Thanks, sir.
Now, we're at the evening time frame where we get to allow people to come up and share with us things that they have to either have concerns or want to praise, etc. So let me just give you the ground rules. I give you 3 minutes to come forward. You'll state your name and address for record, and you'll start your pitch. I ask you to get to your point quickly because at 3 minutes I will cut you off. The council is in a receive mode only. And with that said, I am now opening it up. Would anybody like to come before the council on any issue? I'm pausing for a few seconds. I don't want to have a Kathy Alley-like moment. All right, seeing none, do I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
And do I have a second? All right, we are adjourned. That's my vote.
Long time no see, man. What's it up?
Still working.